So I coined a new phrase.
I'm frightened.
So I was talking with friends about the lovely service called Disney Plus that's $7.99 in the business. And we're talking about all the stuff that was on Disney Plus, and I was like, I don't really use Disney Plus. I don't really ever open Disney Plus. And I realized in this moment, the way I coined the phrase, I have Disney Plus trauma. Because when I open Disney Plus, every single time I am filled with the dread that I have to watch a Star Wars movie. And that deters me from using the service.
I open Disney Plus a lot. Like I just rewatch the Marvel movies all the time. Like if I got nothing going on, I'm just like I need to put something on because if I don't, then there won't be enough noise in my house. So I'll just put on a Marvel movie.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't. There's nothing really I put on Disney Plus that. Now, granted, I did actually use it this week to watch something for once because I got my COVID booster and I was very sick for a day, so I put on X-Men Evolution and the original X-Men animated series. But that is literally the only time I have ever put on Disney Plus to stream anything more than one episode because of Disney Plus trauma.
The only time I've streamed anything that wasn't Star Wars on Disney Plus, I watched the first half of what I want to say it was like Flight of the Valkyrie or something like that.
That's a song, buddy.
I think
or no, Flight of the Navigator or something like that.
Flight of the Conchords?
Is Disney Plus where Darkwing Duck is currently? Because I think I've watched Darkwing Duck on there.
Yes.
Okay. I got real deep back into Darkwing Duck.
Flight of the Navigator, maybe? I don't know. I love Darkwing Duck, and I'm afraid to watch it as an adult because I'm afraid it will ruin the experience.
Hasn't for me.
But yeah, Disney Plus trauma. Best $7.99 in the business.
Disney Plus trauma. Best $7.99.
I laughed so hard when Jay said Disney Plus the first time, and Chris and I went full cult mode and just monotone just went best $7.99
in the biz.
Like, it's just
full Pavlovian response at this point.
Eyes completely wide over.
No
best
emotion.
$7.99 in the biz.
Jay rings a bell and we're like, best $7.99.
What just happened? Would you kindly? Hello and welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, the podcast in which we watch one Star Wars movie every week forever. This week, The Empire Strikes Back. Ben, how's your watch?
I had to watch about half of this movie twice.
Just not paying attention?
I fell asleep.
It's better than watching the whole movie twice.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out where I left off because it was like, you know, when you fall asleep watching stuff, you're like, oh, I remember where it cut off, and then you're like, wait, no, I saw this.
Also,
no, I saw this.
It's dangerous to assume where you left off on any of these movies now because every single frame is engraved into our brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how my watch went.
Chris, how was your watch?
Oh, it was all right. It's Empire. Empire's never bad. It's kind of like pizza. Even if you're not really feeling pizza at the moment.
It's fine, yeah.
It's fine.
Unless you get older.
Could go for something else right now, but I'm not going to complain about the pizza, I guess.
I'm not looking forward to what this cheese will do to me, but I'm not going to complain about pizza.
Yeah, how's your watch?
As I'm hounding down a pizza.
Currently eating pizza, I know.
Yeah, currently eating
pizza.
The
weekly tradition of the show. Join Ben while he eats his dinner.
My watch was fine. The same thing as every week. This rotation where I turn on the movie and my brain is just gone.
Movie's on, brain off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or glorious coping mechanisms.
Our glorious coping mechanisms.
That could be the title of my autobiography.
So, Empire.
Here we go. Oh, here we go, baby.
So
here we go.
I forget about it every week until it starts. It's brand new to me every time.
So Darth
You
Vader's.
forget about it. We go late every episode now.
Darth Vader's like, hey guys, I got a great idea. Let's just send a bunch of robots to find the rebels for us.
0 to 1,000 in 0.2 seconds.
And they're all like, yeah, cool. So they just send out a bunch of little robots, and one bright, sunny, beautiful day on Hoth, Han Solo's just walking around on a tauntaun, and he's like, something just came out of the fucking sky. Chewie, let's go like poke it with a stick. And he was like, wait, no, that doesn't happen yet. Han Solo's like,
oh, we're off to a great start.
we're off to a wonderful start. So Luke's wandering around, and he's like, dang, sure suck if a giant snowman came and attacked me. And out of nowhere, the
and
Yeti
boy,
shows
wouldn't
up.
you know it.
Say it, Jay. Say it, Jay. I can see your face.
Do you remember that part of? Do you remember that time in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke Skywalker said, "Well, darn, I hope a giant snowman doesn't come and knock me off my tauntaun," and then a giant snowman came and knocked him off his tauntaun? Really, like, cinematic beauty. Just a masterpiece.
What about our setup now is I can see Jay's face. Jay's like,
that's what I'm here for.
Smug face when she's
I
like,
ain't got shit to offer this
it.
rotation. It's just expressing your absurdity.
So, Luke gets mauled by a Yeti, and Yeti's like, I'll just save this for later. That's gonna be that's gonna be my supper. And Han Solo's like, hey, remember that space rock I was talking about 5 minutes ago? Yeah, I'm gonna go poke it with a stick with Chewie. So and then they go check it out, and it's a robot, and it's like,
No.
oh, found you.
No,
And,
not even close.
yeah.
You jumped 25 minutes.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Time is an illusion. They shoot the robot.
Droids rights.
Droids rights.
And so, oh wait, I forgot. Before he gets dragged off to become a delicious meal, Luke trips absolute balls, and he's like, "Hey, Obi-Wan, what are you doing here? I thought you like."
What is happening with you today? You're not even close to the events of the movie. You are ridiculously off. You are technically where you should be. It's about 3 minutes into the movie.
All right. So I got 1 week. Jay's like, Ben, you gotta hurry this shit up. And Jay's like, yo, Ben, you gotta take it easy, dude. You just gotta take it easy. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
What is this? What's this bit you're doing?
Yeah, what's this bit you're doing?
Ben, it's just a bit you're doing. Lord Vader.
Okay.
So,
go back to the beginning of the movie. Don't start over, but go back to the tauntaun and getting captured by the snowman, and start from there.
Back to when the Bumble beats the shit out of Luke Skywalker.
So Luke's like, oh, gosh darn dang it, I knew this was gonna happen. and
what is happening with
my
you?
brain legit stopped for a second.
We're falling apart.
This
rotation
is untenable.
This rotation has been what happens if Ben was the sole host of the show while Jay and I just get similarly inebriated and let it ride.
I am inebriated.
So, Luke gets held hostage by the Wampa, sends the rebel base a ransom letter and everything, and
It's just little letters cut out of other magazines. I have your Jedi, like you are.
And
It's,
and meanwhile, oh, sorry, Jay.
No, I was just gonna joke that it's like Batman Forever style Riddler pop up notes.
No. So, meanwhile, Han Solo is like, making his way around Hoth. He's like,
walking fast.
Dang.
That's exactly what just
I
happened.
was trying not to go down that route, but my brain wouldn't let me stop. He's like, dang, that rock just came out of space.
And he's homebound.
Like, dude, I just saw that whole freaking rock just come out of space. That's wild. I'm gonna go back to base. He moseys on back to base, and he goes, "Yeah, there was a." Or no, he just radios. He doesn't go back to base. He's like, "Yo, I just found a fucking thing just hit the planet like a meteor. So I'm gonna go take a look at it later." And they're like, "Okay." And he moseys on back to base then, and he's like, "Hey, can't wait to
wait.
Hey,
New York Con had to happen at some point.
Hey, can't wait to see my
I'm
buddy
flying
Luke.
here.
Can't wait to see my buddy Luke. What do you mean he's not here? The fuck do you mean he's not here?
What do you mean he's not here?
I come all the way 200-300 miles on a tauntaun just to hear that my buddy Luke ain't here.
Came all the way here. I came across the So we're like 6 minutes in the movie?
In the movie?
So he's like, yo, princess, where's the Jedi? And she's like, I don't fucking know, dude. He's like, all right. He's like, all right, well.
I'm just going to allow whatever happens to happen now. I'm not going to make corrections. I'm not going to make questions. I will occasionally point out the ridiculousness of your dialogue.
So then, a few minutes before all these events transpired.
Thank you.
We're doing a flashback.
We have done. This has been nothing but flashback.
Han's like, hey,
it's not like we watch this movie once every 9 weeks for 7 weeks.
Han's like, hey, yo, Chewie, I think there's a robot over there. We should go make sure it's no longer a robot.
It's always.
So.
That happens 30 minutes into the
No,
movie.
Don't worry about it, Jay. So.
All fucking pretense of being consistent out the window. God, we're about as chronological as a Guy Ritchie movie at this point.
Up until this point in this rotation, I was like, this is great. We should do this all the time. This is the best thing we've ever done. This is where we hit the snag. This is where I recognize the problems.
It's gonna get beautiful. So then about 20 minutes from then, Han and Chewie are gonna go blow up the robot, but not yet. Han's like, hey!
Hey!
I'm walking in!
Man, Guido Han is getting a lot of mileage tonight.
He's like, hey! So, nobody knows where Luke's at, and everyone's just like, I don't fucking know, dude. So he's like, alright, fuck you, and fuck you. I'm going to get Luke. So Han Solo runs out of the base on a tauntaun to go look for Luke, who could be literally anywhere. And he's like, let's do it. And meanwhile, Meanwhile, in the Wampa's home sweet home, Luke is frozen to the ceiling. I still question how the Wampa managed to get his entire feet frozen to the ceiling.
It's like
that easily. Like, did he just ice breath it or some shit?
It's like the Wampa's deep freezer. He just sticks him up there so he can. And yeah, it's like a breath weapon, and he didn't fucking roll a d6 yet. That's why he didn't have it back during the fight with Luke.
So
listen. You don't want to hear them say that you're going to be swimming with the fishes, but when they say frozen with the fishes, whole nother ball game.
You're going to be sleeping with the Wampas, kid.
Now you said frozen with the fishes, and now I just think of Luke singing Let It Go.
No, stop. Great movie, not the time. So we're 9 minutes into the movie.
Luke wakes up, he's like, damn, that must have been one hell of a party. And he looks up, he's like,
do you remember
the
time in Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, when Luke Skywalker wakes up hanging from the ceiling of a Wampa lair and says, man, that must have been a hell of a party.
Like a zoom in on his face and like the fucking 80s guitar riff.
You might be wondering how I got here.
Oh my god, we can't keep doing this joke.
So, he's like, well, this is a pickle. And he starts looking around. He's like, hey, look, it's my dad's murder weapon. That'll come in handy. So he tries to go gadget extendo arm to it, but that doesn't work. He's like, wait, that's right. I'm a wizard. So he uses the Force to grab the lightsaber.
Do you remember the time?
In Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, Luke goes, oh, wait a minute, I'm a wizard.
And
he thinks back to the time that Obi-Wan Kenobi looked at him and went, you're a wizard, Luke.
You're a wizard, Luke.
In his fondest dreams, he remembers the time that Obi-Wan Kenobi used his umbrella lightsaber to light a fire.
Oh my god!
Fuck, I hate these references. I hate.
Yeah. Very quick side note, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, if you can't tell by the time, by how I
just
bleep out,
yeah.
I put a bleep under every time we
Just-
say the words Harry Potter. Yeah, you just heard it. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Making the references, just like the 404 not found photo.
So, Luke's like, aha, I've got my laser sword. And he chops off the ice, holding him to the ceiling. And the Wampa's like, what's going on over here? What's all this about? And Luke's like, haha, Obi-Wan taught me this one. And he chops off his arm.
I was just trying to have dinner with a guest.
I was just gonna ask you if you like Moscato.
The Wampa gets up, is like carrying some meat over to Luke.
I just wanted
you're
to
finally
know.
awake.
I just
Oh
wanted
my
to know if you wanted to make $14,000 working from home.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
2 episodes in a row with that joke.
Did we do that last episode?
It was either that or the week before.
So then Luke's like, all right, see ya. And he just like runs out into the, I wanted to say desert, but it's snow, into the snow desert. And
I mean, it's a snow desert.
It's a tundra.
into the baking
Tundra.
soda desert. And he's like, well, fuck. And then he just falls the fuck over because he's in the middle of a snowstorm.
Do you remember the time?
And in his snowstorm induced state, he starts tripping balls and just sees Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, Luke, go see Yoda and go to Dagobah. You know where that is, right? And Luke's like, no idea. He's like, good. Go there and learn how to do stuff. And Luke's like, I'm dying. And Obi-Wan's like, see you later. And he vanishes. And Han
Luke
Solo
is
rolls
on a
up.
secret planet known as Dagobah. It was erased from the Jedi archives for some reason. Oh, Dagobah! I know how to get to Dagobah. I know where Dagobah is.
Listen, me and my
take a
friends
left
go to
to
Dagobah to
Tatooine.
drink all the time.
Yeah.
And right then Han Solo rolls up and he's like, "Yo, Luke, what the fuck you doing?" And Luke's like, "Ben." And Han's like, "Oh no, I got the fix for this. I know just what to do." So he fucking cuts his tauntaun the fuck open and well, no, what he brought one of those GameStop tauntaun sleeping bags with him, and he just puts Luke in one of those.
Why would you make me put that back up on the screen? YouTube viewers, I'm so sorry.
It's my life's goal now
Oh no.
to get one of those.
Chris,
No.
And I want to make it very clear, I hate conventions. I hate all these things. I don't like large amounts of people. They make me uncomfortable.
Especially.
I'll wait in line. I'll wait in line at a convention. I'll wait hours to get to Mark Hamill with one of these fucking sleeping bags in hand to try to convince him to take a photo inside the tauntaun sleeping bag.
It is Mark
And then I'm going to get that photo tattooed on my back.
So, episode 5. She left.
She literally left the Skype call.
She literally left the Skype call.
Well, that's the first.
Chris,
Well,
I'm mad.
It's a 2-person show now. Welcome to Synopsis and Pod
I
Racing.
thought if anyone was going to reach this milestone, it was going to be me and not Chris.
We will never speak of this again. We will never speak of this again.
Speak of what?
Now you're getting it.
What? Chris getting Mark Hamill with a...
We were approximately 20 minutes into the movie.
Oh, fuck.
So Han, he sets up the snow shelter, and he's like, well, guess we're just stuck here. And then the next morning, Han wakes up, he walks out the tent, he like does his stretches, got his coffee with him, and the radio buzzes. It's like, hey, is that fucking Han Solo down there? He's like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, all right, we found them. Don't worry, they're alive. Then they all get back to base, and then remember when I had the flashback, but actually the actual fast forward? That's
the many times that
hey,
you had this specific scene put in the wrong part of the movie.
So Han and Chewie
the 3 or 4 times.
Let's go murder a robot, and Chewie's like, fuck it, I'm in. So first they put Luke in a water tank. And then they're like, all right, let's go shoot a robot.
Kids pay $1, adults pay $3. Throw at the target. See if you can submerge Luke in the water.
Oh my god!
Hurry, hit the target, submerge him in the bacta, and save his life.
Oh, you missed the target. I guess Luke Skywalker dies.
Nah, they just have George Lucas go up. He damn near drowned. Damn near drowns fucking Mark Hamill. So they shoot the robot and they're like, dang, that looks like an Imperial robot. That might be spooky. Get a little spooky. And meanwhile, Darth Vader's like, Darth Vadering down the hallway, and he's like, hey, Admiral, you find those things you were looking for yet? He's like, yeah, they might be on Hoth, but like I doubt it. And he's like, yep, they're there. And I was like, I don't know. He's like, excuse you? And I was like, oh, okay, we'll go to Hoth. So and Luke's sitting in the hospital bed, and he's like, I'm just glad all my friends are here. And Leia's like, you got it, buddy. And Han's like, I'm gonna be an asshole. He's like,
and Han's like, I'm gonna be an asshole is a pretty good descriptor of Han Solo as a character.
Because flashback a couple minutes ago, Han and Leia are in a hallway.
Generalized misogyny.
Yeah.
Generalized misogyny.
Flashback, Han and Leia are in a hallway. Han.
Flashback. Flashback. You
Han
gotta
does
love
Han
this.
things. That's all you need to know.
You know, it's a really powerful tool that Star Wars uses really often. The flashback. It's definitely not a recent thing that people didn't like. It's a generally powerful.
So Han's like, you should have seen what Princess Leia said to me. She told me she likes me, and she's like, you're so full of shit. And then she just just
smacks Luke's ass.
Jesus Christ.
Christy, step away for a minute. She just smacked her face right on her brother's face. Just full on. It was longer in the radio drama. I'm still traumatized by it. And then since Chewie is at the wait, it's loading.
It'll come to
It's
you
loading.
eventually.
It's loading. So Chewie's
Eventually.
there
It has
working.
to come to you eventually.
He's there working on the Falcon, and Han's like, "Yo, Chewie, like, fucking, did you fix this shit yet?" And Chewie's like, "Chewie noises," and Han's like, "Well, get on it." I just see Chris roll up, put his headphones on, and then a face of disappointment.
Ugh. No, it was of expectations met.
So then, meanwhile, Darth Vader's like, haha, we have arrived at Hoth on schedule, but not really, because you're supposed to fucking come out of hyperspace over there, but it's okay, because I get to strangle a guy. So he calls up the Admiral. He's like, hello, dude, and Admiral's like, what's up? And he's like, you're dead. And then he
calls
just
up
chokes
Admiral,
him
dude.
out.
Ben just used physical comedy to do a phone gag.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I picked my hand up and I did it like he was dialing it. So then,
I mean, it's really only one measure removed from Rian Johnson making a fucking whole gag in an actual Star Wars movie. So
every week I wonder if Ben's been lying to me for 6 years and he actually heavily drinks rather than being straight edge. Or if he's just a giant toker.
I'm high on life, baby.
fucking A.
So he's like, congratulations, Piet, you're the new Admiral. Don't fuck it up. And he's like, got it. Meanwhile,
Piet watches. Do you remember the time in Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, where Vader's like, "You're the new Admiral, don't fuck it up," and Piet like physically puts up both thumbs to give a thumbs up and says, "You got it," with finger guns.
Yep.
Remember that? Great
Favorite
scene.
part.
Great scene.
Hey, the baby, I'm your guy. Don't worry about it. Hey.
So, meanwhile, the rebels are like, oh shit, here they come, and so the rebels are like, oh, Empire's here, we gotta get the fuck out of here right now, we gotta fucking move. So the Empire's like, haha, we got tanks with legs, what you gonna do? And the rebels are like, ah shit. Deploy the air speeders. So Luke,
air speeders?
they're air speeders.
He
There's
lost
no
the gimmick. He lost the gimmick.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm just mad about it.
You.
So they deploy the air kayaks. And
The air kayaks.
no, they're canoes because they have two people. The air canoes. And so they're like flying around like whoa, and the AT-ATs are like, oh, these are so scary. They are doing absolutely nothing, and it looks like, haha, we got rope.
There's a lot of ha-has in this movie that I don't recall. I think you and I watched very different movies.
Well, generally across all the Star Wars movies, according to Ben, there's been a lot of ahas. So it's a Star Wars trope at this point.
This one in particular seems to be very
Yeah.
aha heavy.
Because Ben is in a full-bodied panic.
That's why it's my Star Wars, baby. There's all the ahas.
Man, it was really disappointing when Last Jedi didn't have an aha.
Aha!
Aha!
You know, Ryan's doing an interview. He's like, yeah, I really want to subvert expectations. I know everyone really looks forward to the aha, but, I just, Anthony Daniels really wanted to do it, but I was like, no. It's fine.
They're like fucking flying around, and then they just throw some fucking rope at the legs, and the AT-AT just explodes. And they're like, we just gotta buy some time so that the escape boats can escape like boats. And everyone's rushing to get out of the base, and Han's like, yo, Leia, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, go away. And he's like, nope, we're going. And she's like, all right. So then they're running down the hallway, and the hallway just decides to not exist anymore where they're going, and they're like, fuck, we're gonna go to the Millennium Falcon. So then they do that, and they hop in the Millennium Falcon, and they scoot off. And that's the last Rebel transport escapes. Everyone's like, yay, we didn't get murdered to death. And Luke's like, it's time
to death.
It's time to go back to my old stomping grounds, my hometown, my drinking home of Dagobah.
It's time for my secret mission to go to a planet that definitely I definitely for sure know definitely where it is for sure. And Han's like, we gotta get out of here. Let's go to hyperspace or some shit. And then he like pulls the lever, and it's like, well,
move the lever, Luke.
They pull the lever, and they look out at space, and they're like, well, that's a whole lot of nothing happening. So they're doing some fuckery to try and not get exploded by the Empire. They're like doing
I'm sorry, they're doing what?
Fuckery.
They're doing some rebel fuckery.
Rebel fuckery is very good.
Rebel fuckery.
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Yes.
That would be a very good t-shirt. If you see, listen, I don't know who you are, random person who's tuned into this podcast. If you see someone wearing a t-shirt that says rebel fuckery, either we made it and that person gave us money for it at some point in the far future, or they stole our idea.
Inform us, we will sue and lose the case, but we'll sue anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Han's like, okay, we're gonna just like hide out on the back of the bridge. It's a great idea, don't worry about it. And it somehow works because it's Han Solo. I'm still mad about that. Don't Jay, don't
point out how off I am. Don't point out that I've cut out 20 minutes. Don't you dare.
Okay. Meanwhile, Luke's like, hey, let's.
Not just that now, is it?
Luke's like, hey, let's go to the swamp ball, and R2's like, Luke, you sure? You sure you want to do this, dude? And Luke's like, yeah, we're going. Trust me, Obi-Wan told me. You know that guy that like we watched get murdered? Yeah, he told me to go there yesterday.
It's all yours. Take it away. Take it away.
Oh no, it's fine. We're how far in the movie?
Chris
50
checks
minutes.
Oh, it's all right. All sense of time is gonna get fucked up when I have to explain two plots simultaneously. So
Yeah, you know, George Lucas knows how that feels.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Georg Lucas.
So Luke's just flying on over to the swamp ball planet. Luke's like, don't worry, the place was basically made for droids R2. You'll love it. And they crash the fuck into the swamp ball, and Luke's like, well, this fucking sucks. Also, side tangent, because I need to.
Oh no.
It bothers me so much that Luke just rolls up to Dagobah and just like happens to crash in the like vicinity of Yoda's hut. Like there is an entire planet of.
I had a
planets
theory
to
about
crash
this
into.
that I've been meaning to bring up for a while. I like to think that like Yoda's so fucking weak, like completely by the time Luke gets to him, because like Luke is just in like a death spiral, and like going in the wrong area, like
Just like Obi-Wan taught me.
yeah, he's going in the wrong area completely, and Yoda's just like, yeah, he's gonna get fucking eaten in the jungle over there. All right, let me just, and he just force like moves him. All right,
Every
here we go.
crash you've ever had, I have full.
You won't even notice, you know. Yeah.
I have been every crash that you have felt in your life.
Yoda looks up on the outside of his hut, sees a ship entering space, just like, nah, I gotta crash you. I'm not walking that fucking far. Come here.
Come here, you're in the wrong place. I only dropped my cane for
Extremely intricate lightsaber
Christopher
duels.
Lee. Oh god.
That's a euphemism if I've ever heard one. I only dropped my cane for Christopher Lee.
Whew. Well,
That's the one that makes you uncomfortable?
well,
Well.
where do we go from here?
I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just impressed.
It was really good.
So we were
looks
52
like-
minutes into the movie.
Looks like, well, shit. Guess what, R2? We're fucking
Well,
stuck.
Well, shit.
Meanwhile, Darth Vader's like, hey, let's get some of them dang on bounty hunter motherfuckers over here.
I'm sorry.
What happened to Vader?
Who said this?
When did Vader turn into his stepfather?
Is Vader? Yeah, is Vader like? I don't know. Is he from the Florida Everglades now too? Is that what we said? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Is he from Tatooine by way of Florida? Is he from Tatooine, Florida?
Tatooine, Florida, Bama.
By the way, in the bounty hunter scene, I really am starting to grow to love the guy that says yes, sir, because it gives off such, I'm at work and I have to listen to my boss, so I'm not actually listening, but I'm going to say yes, sir, because I know he demands whatever he just said, I need to say it. That's the vibes this guy gives off, just like, I'm detached with this job, dude.
Guy rolls up, he's like, fuck bounty hunters. He's like, yes, sir.
I imagine that what tends to happen is like Vader rolls in, and it's like when your boss's boss is there, and so like your boss is being a dick more than usual, but like really you're not too mad about it because you know if he doesn't, then like you know his boss might choke him to death or something. You know how that goes in corporate retail.
He's like, hey, I need you guys to find that Han Solo, that New York motherfucker. And Boba Fett's like, I'm on it, and Vader's like, don't you disintegrate him, and Boba Fett's like, oh, okay, dude.
Vader's like, I want you to kill him. I want you to kill his family.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burned to the ground.
It's just Han Solo and a pair of Tims saying dead ass every other sentence.
Stop. So everyone's like, okay, and everyone's just like, let's Autobots roll out. Said all bounty hunters
really
are out of there. And
Autobots rollout has become like a staple Star Wars. You know, you remember like all of your favorite Star Wars quotes that happen in multiple episodes, like I have a bad feeling about this, and may the Force be with you, and get fucked, get shit on specifically,
yeah,
and you know. Whatever you just said, I've fully disassociated.
So, Boba Fett's like, I know how to get this motherfucker. I know exactly where he is, but I'm gonna tell absolutely nobody. So Boba Fett shoots his fucking bitch ass out the fucking garbage disposal of the ship. And he's like, aha, I found you. But before that, everyone's chilling out.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No,
there was never a space.
Everyone's chilling out
fuck that.
in the
Please
cockpit,
continue.
and he's like shopping for fucking places to go. And he's like, let's go to this one, and everyone's like, okay. So that's what they did. Fast forward, Luke's fucking just at Dagobah, and he's like, yeah, just good, fucking set up camp. I don't know what else to do. And all of a sudden, up comes a wild Yoda, and he's like, aha, who the fuck are you? And Yoda's like, fuckery I will do. And
do you remember that famous Yoda sign from Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back? Fuckery I will do.
It's just incredible to me that, like, Ben does all of these impressions so well.
While getting it so wrong. But the impressions are perfect, so you can believe they actually said it if you've never watched one of the movies.
So, Yoda proceeds to just dick with Luke so bad. And the best part is R2-D2 definitely 100% knows who Yoda is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these two characters have interacted regularly before.
That doesn't mean he likes him.
I know.
I mean, it was Anakin Skywalker's best friend. He probably didn't like Yoda.
No, I'm aware, but I'm saying R2 straight up lets Yoda just fucking dick with Luke so bad.
What's he gonna do?
He could beep at him.
R2 has been hanging out with Luke long enough. He's probably ready for someone to knock him down a peg or two by this point.
Especially, he's like, this is for fucking yelling at me when I'm trying to get out of that lake, motherfucker.
That's what that farm boy motherfucker gets. All right, listen.
Then Yoda's like, you know what? Just fucking my place, come hang out. Wait for Yoda, we will. So,
sweet chill we will do.
So they're all just, hang out at Yoda's place, like Luke, Yoda, and like 10 snakes. They're all just chilling.
You can't do that to me today.
What the fuck?
Yoda's like, yo, have some of my fucking soup, dude.
That one really got you. You were your own biggest casualty there.
It looks like, dude, this shit sucks, but he doesn't say that out loud because, like, he's trying to be the polite house guest.
Fucking A.
But at the same time,
and
he's
I love
sitting
those
there.
Star Wars inner monologues so much.
At the same time, he's sitting there and he looks at Yoda. He's like, "Yo, dude, where the fuck is Yoda?" And Yoda's like, "Trade him, I cannot." And Luke's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And Ben's like, "Oh, but you trade me." And Luke's like, "Oh, wait,
get shit on."
Then Yoda's like, "Nope, not gonna trade him." And Obi-Wan's like, "But you gotta." And Yoda's like, "But he's reckless, dude." And Obi-Wan's like, "So is I. when you trained me, even though Qui-Gon trained me, and Yoda's like, but, but he's too dang old, and Obi-Wan basically said, suck it up. So, then Yoda's like, alright, I'll train you. First step, we're gonna make a backpack that I could sit on, and cardio. Just so much cardio.
Ben pops out of the woods. He's like, sit on, Luke.
Sit on.
Truly, the bottom of the barrel has been reached.
So,
I
No,
apologize.
that's an episode title if I've ever heard it.
it's... I don't know, that could be taken a few different ways.
Hey, listen, we could use the
Bears.
traffic.
We could
I don't know if the traffic we're looking for is people who get sit on a Star Wars
Listen.
podcast and click it.
Listen. I have tagged Stranger on our shows.
We could use the traffic is a pretty good tag.
My God. So, Luke's like, running around, doing his cardio, getting ripped.
Yoda's just got Luke doing CrossFit.
12 burpees you must do. and Luke's like, hey, show me some of that Force stuff. And Yoda's like, all right, so what you're gonna do is you need to do a one-handed handstand while I sit on your foot, and you just gotta fucking lift up rocks. And Luke's like,
Sit on.
Yoda really is a lazy bitch.
Listen, when 900 years old you reach.
And
God damn it.
so
That was a Ben joke. I apologize. That was a
That was
Ben
so
joke.
good. Don't snug up on me.
then Luke's, he lifts up all these rocks, and R2D2 starts to hover, and R2D2's like, yo, dude, what the fuck? And then
Hey!
Luke's, hey, I'm sitting here.
I'm rolling here.
And everything falls down, and the fucking X-Wing falls into the swamp a little bit more, and Luke's like, well, I'm fucked. And he just, like, gets all sad, and he's like, whoa, what's over there? And Yoda's like, oh, that's the local dark side cave. You wanna?
You remember
Whoa,
every small town has one. They have the barn where
Across from
then
the
they
Hot
have like
Topic
the.
it is. Willing to do my shitty Yoda impression for that joke. It was worth it.
It was very much.
We're somehow, some way, 46 minutes into this movie.
All right. Lightning round.
We have jumped
Lightning
around
round.
so
Didn't we
bad.
get past that before?
Lightning round. So
Yeah.
so
We
Luke's
have
like,
something.
all right, I'm gonna go spelunk
wrong
inside
way.
of the dark side cave, and Yoda's like, you should do that. And Luke's like, well, what's in there? And Yoda's like, just whatever your heart takes with it. And then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna bring my fucking laser sword just in case. And Yoda's like, don't do it. And Luke just walks the fuck in with the laser sword, the patented Child Slayer 3000. And he's strolling along. He's like,
Which is
ooh,
good
there's
because, would you believe it? Just a cave filled with kids.
And he doesn't have his visor.
comes prepared. So he's strolling through the cave. He's like, this place is a little weird. There's a bunch of like fucking lizards here and shit. And all of a sudden, Darth Vader starts breathing out of nowhere. And Luke's like, oh no, good thing I got.
What the fuck is going on?
Luke pulls out the lightsaber and he's like, haha, I got you. And he proceeds to hit Darth Vader with the lightsaber. and Darth Vader's face explodes, and it's Luke
Space
in the Darth
explodes.
Vader face. Meanwhile, the Han and Leia and Chewie gang roll up on fucking Bespin Cloud City.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go back a second. I'm like, please, I'm begging you, don't.
Nah, they roll up and he's like, hey,
Hey,
hey, I'm here to see my buddy Lando.
I'm landing.
So they roll up, and the people in the other space boats are like, you don't have clearance, and he's like, just fucking tell him I'm here, dude. It's fine.
hey, get your fucking ship out of my fucking way. I'm trying to fucking fuck it.
They're like, fine. The boss says you could land. So they have them land, and Lando's like, hey, you fuck you, I fucking you fuck, you're a fucker, and Han's like, but we're friends, and Lando's like, yeah. So they all go in, and they're just chilling out in Bespin. C-3PO gets fucking butchered, but everyone's chilling out, having a good time, and and at one point Chewie's like, dang, it's been a minute since we've seen C-3PO, guys. And everyone's like, yeah, he's fine. And Chewie's like walking around the one day, he's like, wait a minute, that's my robot. And all the Ugnaughts are like, nope. So Chewie proceeds to rescue C-3PO from certain doom, and he just brings him back to the apartment, and he's like, putting him back together, and Lando's like, hey, let's go get some refreshments. By the way, princess, you look fantastic. And she's like, I don't like him.
I don't like where that accent's going. I really don't like where that accent's going.
So he's like, hey, let's all just go get some refreshments. It'll be fine. This is definitely not a trap. And everyone's like, all right, that sounds reasonable.
We'll just walk on over to the pop stand,
So they all roll up, and Lando's like, right this way, and he opens the door, and wouldn't you know, it's daggone Darth Vader, and we get the greatest imagined scene in cinema history.
Chris has something. Oh, he's pointing.
He's pointing at the background. Chris's background in this is Vader as the Godfather. So they roll up, and everyone takes a seat, and everyone and Vader's like, so well, thank you for joining me. I'm glad everyone can make it. I would like to start this dinner with a trip down memory lane. I started life as a very young boy on a desert planet, and then I fell in love with a lovely sport called pod racing. And
take it
I'm
home.
the only
Take it home. You got your fucking reference and take it home.
And everyone was like, Vader, you good? And he's like, don't speak when I'm talking. All right, you know what? I want to torture that one. Send the others to the fucking prison place. Then he just like burns the shit out of Han Solo. And he's like, yep, so trap set, phase 1 complete. Meanwhile, Luke's just chilling out on Dagobah still. And all of a sudden he's like, whoa, Yoda. Luke just got done taking like a fat rip. And he's like, Yoda, I just saw the weirdest shit. Like, dude, my buddies, they were all sad. They're all on Bespin, and they're all in trouble, and we need to go right now. And Yoda's just like, Luke, that's just the drugs talking, Luke. He's like, no, I gotta go right now.
Yoda's like, Luke, look at me. Do I look like I'm going to Bespin?
Yoda goes, friends of yours not sad all the time? Yoda said all the time.
So Yoda's
That's
like,
a joke.
hey, that's a bad idea. And Luke's like, yeah, well, fuck you. And he goes to get on the space boat and remembers it's in a lake. And by he remembers, I mean I remember it's still in a lake. So he's
Yeah.
like, I gotta get my space boat out of the lake, dude. And Yoda's like, just fucking lift it. And Luke's like, I can't. Did you see this thing? It's fucking huge, dude. So Yoda's like, just fucking do it, dude. So Luke's like, and he doesn't do anything. And Yoda's like, amateur. And Yoda just sits there and he's like, boom, there's your space boat out of the lake.
But then, one day we get our fan service and Luke does it. And for something very stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Spoilers.
What the fuck are you... We have
Spoiler
done 7
alert.
rotations.
Spoiler
They would
alert
not-
for Star Wars episode the 7-1.
The 7-1?
The 9-1.
The 9-1.
The 9-1. That's the 9-1.
What is happening today?
So,
It's been a very long
looks
night.
like
I really just want a timeline of the movie totally broken apart to show the order in which Ben has told it, because it would be a sight to see.
looks
There-
like good work,
there it is.
Yoda. Bye bye. And Obi-Wan shows up. He's like,
Bye-bye.
Luke, don't you fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't test me like this, Luke. He's like, I'm gonna go. And Obi-Wan's like, listen here, young mister, go to your room. And Luke's like, no, you're not my dad.
Looks like I don't have a room. The stormtroopers burned it down along with my aunt and uncle.
Congratulations, we're finally at an episode where we all broke down at the same time and could not
No.
continue talking.
Luke's like, I'm gonna do it anyway, and he just stops in the space boat and he flies off, and Yoda's like, well, that just happened, and Obi-Wan's like, yep, we're fucked. And
Get
Yoda's
shit
like,
on.
don't worry, I got a plan B still. And Obi-Wan's like, you say that every time. So and then they're all just chilling out on Bespin meanwhile, and Darth Vader's like, hey, is that carbon freezing pit gonna be ready? And everyone's like, maybe. And he's like, all right, well, let's just fucking chuck Han Solo in there, see what happens. And Boba Fett deadass looks at him and goes, you just told me not to kill him, and now you're gonna kill him. And he's like, don't worry about it, I'll pay you for it. And Boba's like, okay. So they chuck Han Solo in the pit. Chewbacca has a full-on fucking panic attack, and Han's like, settle down, buddy. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not the end of the world. They're just gonna probably kill me, Chewie. It's okay.
There's just like a about 50% chance I'm gonna die. It's fine.
Chewie,
It's fine.
bro,
I'm good
I
with
think you're overreacting, man. Don't worry about it. Listen.
Listen, Chewie, listen. I'm just gonna take a nap in
Chewie, it's not that serious,
in
man.
3 foot by 9 foot carbonite. It's okay. It's just it's just sleeping with the fishes.
It's life.
Life really comes at you fast in the form of a carbonite slab you got frozen inside of.
So they put Han Solo on ice, and Lando looks at the little screen, and he's like, yep, it worked.
He's frozen in carbonite,
Got
just
him.
like this. With the hands up.
Vader's standing behind Han Solo, and he kind of holds up his hand to tell them to wait, and he goes, "What killed the dinosaurs?" And then he motions, and
No!
Han Solo drops the ice age.
We're not gonna turn Darth Vader into Mr. Freeze.
Incredible.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes, I am.
justice for that movie, all right?
It is one of the greatest terrible films made of all time.
It's my favorite bad movie. It's my absolute favorite terrible movie.
I want a cut of this movie. It doesn't have to be the whole OT. Just this movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing Mr. Freeze, playing Darth Vader.
No, just that one scene. It only has to be that one scene.
Just replace Luke Skywalker with Chris O'Donnell.
So you don't want them. So wait, you don't want them to open the doors to the dinner scene and have
because I don't want
Mr. Freeze Darth Vader go, "Nice to meet you."
Oh my god!
All right.
I think we've jumped the shark.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Darth Vader.
Fuck.
Arnold Schwarzenegger should not be booked in Hollywood anymore. But since this will never happen, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Darth Vader.
So, but Han Solo gets fucking put on ice, and Boba Fett's like, "Cool, to Tatooine we go." And then they take off. But first, before that, they put Chewie and Leia in a jail cell, and Darth Vader's like, "Yep, they're coming with me," and Lando's like, "But you said they weren't." And he's like, "Get fucked, loser." So then,
as an old friend of mine used to say,
"Get shit on."
shit on.
As an old friend of mine used to say, "Get fucked, loser." That meaning Tarkin, because you had Tarkin say that line last night.
So
fucked loser is good.
So then fucking Lando's like, "Hey, like a bit later, Lando's like, "Hey, guys, let's I'm here now. We're gonna go save Han." And Chewie's like, "I'm gonna fucking murder him." And Leia's like, "That sounds like a good idea, but like the logistics, like let's just roll with this."
Let's just listen, Chewie. I see what you're saying, but I mean, he's got a car. We really need to get out of Bespin. I mean, R2's got warrants out here.
Luke's rolling up into Bespin. He's like, "Hey, I'm here."
Hey.
And he's looking for his buddies. And then he's strolling along, and he just happens into the carbon chamber area, and Darth Vader's like, "Aha! Finally!
Aha!
If you wouldn't mind stepping into the carbon pit here."
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? And Luke says, "Fuck you," and he pulls out his lightsaber, and they proceed to lightsaber fight. And
Vader crosses sabers with Luke, and he's like, "Oh, I have good memories of murdering Tusken Raiders and children."
Oh, that lightsaber brings me back.
Yeah, they're lightsaber dueling, and Vader's like, they're like locked up, and Vader's like, "Oh, didn't I murder a bunch of children with that?"
Luke's like, "Huh?"
Didn't Obi-Wan tell you?
That's why he replaced that lightsaber in episode 6.
It's not because, he got his hand cut.
"I want you on my side, Luke, but it's actually a little fucked up that Obi-Wan gave you that lightsaber after everything I did with it."
Luke, I'm gonna be real with you. What I did, inexcusable. But what Obi-Wan did, pretty fucked up, man.
I'm starting to wonder how much Obi-Wan actually told you about what happened.
"Listen, I murdered a bunch of kids and a bunch of Tusken Raiders and wiped out an entire clan, but you really should expect more from Obi-Wan Kenobi."
On this episode of Downtime Darth kinda gaslights Luke.
"Listen, I'm terrible, but
if you think about it from a certain point of view."
You fucker. Take us home then.
So they're fucking doing the lightsaber stuff, and Darth Vader's like, "Haha, I got you in in the carbon hole."
Whoa, hey.
I'm walking.
Whoa.
Darth Vader's like, fuck, and Luke runs over and he just like kicks Darth Vader off of the platform, and Luke just turns off his lightsaber and jumps in to the platform that Darth Vader fell down to. And Luke's like, where the fuck he go? And he's like looking around, and all of a sudden Darth Vader like pops the fuck out of nowhere and just starts trying to baseball bat Luke with the lightsaber. And Luke's like, oh, could we not? And Darth Vader's like, okay. So then he just starts force throwing shit at him.
Luke's like, this isn't what I meant.
And
It seems like a really unhealthy way to process your feelings.
Dad.
Dad, you want to just talk about this
stop.
dude?
Dad, stop throwing things at me.
So then Vader breaks the window, and Luke's like, who the fuck would put a window here? Right against this giant fucking... Like, this is a pressurized area, dude. Like,
and Vader's like, get shit on, nerd. And kicks
yeah.
him out the window.
Everyone flies out the window. Luke's like, ah, fuck. So they're on this, like, catwalk thing, and they're still, like, fucking, fucking lightsabering. And eventually, Darth Vader's like, haha, I got your nose. And by your nose, I mean your whole hand. And Luke's like, dude,
the worst.
That fucking hurt.
Do you remember?
You remember?
In Star Wars Episode 5, the Empire does the striking. When Vader looked at his son and said, haha, I got your nose, and then cut off his hand and said, I meant your hand, I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm just learning.
Sounds like an Archer joke.
So Vader's like, hey, listen. Man, I just decapitated the hand of. I'm your dad. It's nice to meet you. And Luke's like, dude, what the fuck? You could have told me this,
awkward.
Like, half an hour ago. Like, you couldn't have just, like, sent some money when we were poor on Tatooine. Like...
it's hard out there in the Everglades.
Fucked up, dude.
Fucked up, dude.
And he's like, yeah, listen, I'm gonna make it up to you. We're gonna be like a dream team. We're just gonna kill the Emperor. Luke's like, fuck you, dude. I'm jumping.
Hey, we're gonna be a family. I'll take you to Legoland. You just gotta help me kill the Emperor real quick.
And he's like, suicide is preferable to surrender, and he drops.
Yeah. So it looks like, fuck this shit, and he just, like, fucking dives off of the fucking edge of the platform. And then, Mother Nature decides to stop using gravity the right way for 10 whole minutes. So that Luke can go into 3 separate chutes that lead him to, like, the outside of Bespin, so he's hanging above the planet.
You see, his midichlorians carried him.
I can't. The temptation is great, but I can't. So, and then, meanwhile, the other gang all meets up, and R2-D2's like, hey guys, Luke left me here, send help please. And they're like, hey, just come with us. So they're all running, and they're like, aha, it's Boba Fett's space boat, let's shoot it. But then it flies away, and they're like, well shit, let's just go our space boat. Fuck it, let's just get the fuck out of here. It's getting old. So then they're under.
Do you feel like getting Julius? Do you feel like getting Orange Julius? I don't know. I'm just hungry for Orange Julius.
Down at the
That's the vibe you just gave off for them going to the Falcon.
So they're running over to the Falcon, and they're like, oh no, there's stormtroopers, but they just like fucking kept going. And R2-D2's like, hey, I'm just gonna fire extinguish them, and everyone's like, that works. So they get on the space boat, and they're flying off, and they're like, aha, hyperspace.
Oh.
And then the ship says, fuck you. And so then Leia's like, wait. The universe is sending me a phone call that I cannot ignore. We need to go back. And everyone's like, excuse me? And she's like, we gotta go back. Luke's there. And Lando's like, maybe that's not a good idea. And Chewie's like, I will murder you. And he's like, okay, let's go back. And they turn back and they swoop down under Bespin and they're like, it's Luke, we got him. Let's.
How did you get here, Luke?
This seems like a not correct place for you to be right now.
You okay, man?
What
you
kind of
want
party?
to talk about something?
What kind of party did you have? Where's your hand? It really is like there had to be at least 20 minutes of questions whenever Luke came to on the Falcon.
Seems implausible and quite frankly irresponsible from a storytelling point of view for you to somehow be here, but
But I felt it, so here we are.
So then we get back in the Millennium Falcon and they're like, well, shit. And R2's like, don't worry, I got it. And he goes over and like pushes a button on the hyperdrive and it works again. And they're like, woo, we're free. And they go meet up with the Rebel fleet and they're like, hey Luke, heard you lost your hands, so like happy birthday, here's a new one. And they like fucking duct tape that motherfucker on and he's fucking good to go, and that's the movie. Thank you all for joining me.
Well,
I'm emotionally exhausted.
I hope you learned something here today, which is, you can watch a movie 7 times in a year and
still not know the order of events.
Still not know the order of events.
Yeah.
Or totally forget the giant space worm on an asteroid part.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Jay.
This has been Star Wars Every Week Forever. Good night.
If you enjoyed that episode, why not like and subscribe? Also, share it with a couple friends. Bring them into this hellscape that we've done to ourselves. You can catch brand new episodes every single Wednesday on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, pretty much every other platform you get your podcasts on. If you'd like to extend the suffering, you can catch us over on Twitter.com at SWEWF. We post direct links to brand new episodes every week as soon as we upload them, and you can catch the occasional other dumb Star Wars take, and who wouldn't want that? Catch you guys later.